Hello, I'm Balazs, the Chief Operating Officer of SAP Labs Hungary, and I would like to welcome you to the Summer with SAP Labs Hungary event, where you will get first-hand information about the reality of our daily life directly from our colleagues who work in different functions across the company. For years, we used to invite you to our office directly, but obviously this time this is not an option. Luckily, as a tech company, we are in a position to quickly change from on-site work to remote work, enabling our teams to work anywhere they can. So we can also present you our work remotely via this virtual event. SAP Hungary is a company that has over 1,200 colleagues in different seniority levels, in different functions, boys and girls alike, and of whom 70% are millennials. But we don't want you to be bored with these facts and figures, so you should hear the stories of our colleagues. SAP Hungary is the home of many different lines of businesses covering the entire product development lifecycle from development through maintenance and product support up until cloud operations. This is rounded up by pre-sales, sales, and consulting activities which bring the products onto the market. Our teams achieve great business results via technology, but we build great communities as well. We focus on personal development, learning, well-being, and corporate social responsibility, and those communities and events connect us well beyond the work as well. But you will hear more about this in a minute. With that, let me hand over to Ági, Zsuzsi, Istvan, and Ádám, who will share their experience. Please ask questions in the chat and follow us on our social media channels. Enjoy!
Hi, my name is Ádám Sárosi and I work as a DevOps engineer at SAP. As a DevOps engineer, I work with SAP's cloud-based solutions. My team is mainly focusing on operating different applications on SAP's cloud platform. Mostly we are responsible of the availability of these applications, but our tasks also include setting up these apps for the customers and solving operation-related issues for the colleagues at product support. For me personally, these jobs means the future and a great opportunity, as solutions like which our SAP provides are converting to the cloud.
My job title is Senior Developer. For me, it means that I'm responsible not only to do my job according to my best, but my additional mission is to support my young colleagues and help them to find their way at SAP. This kind of mentorship is very useful for the newcomers, especially if this is their first workplace.
3 of my friends and previous colleagues were working here at SAP before I started as a trainee. From their recommendations and stories, I thought this will be the right place for me to work and develop myself. As soon as I started working here, this feeling just became stronger, as I saw the many opportunities this company can offer me. As I became a DevOps engineer, I saw more and more ways to improve myself, not just professionally, but personally.
Well, I was working at a different multinational company in Grafisov Park, and one day I saw SAP employees having a summer end party in front of their building, and I thought like, wow, this would be such a fun place to work at. And then a few months later, my friend started working at SAP, and I just wanted to know everything. She told me all about their daily work, what kind of jobs they have in SAP Hungary, and I was so amazed. I just knew I had to work there someday, and a few months later she referred me, and I just could have not been happier when my application got accepted.
My first visit was really shocking, but in a positive way. A visitor card, a huge building with a dedicated canteen, free coffee, fancy workstations, and everybody was speaking in English and German. I loved it. So I decided I want to work here. I applied to a trainee job next year. I loved the project. I had to maintain a Java application used by the biggest companies from the food industry. My team helped me a lot in the first few months, so I was never stressed because I could count on my teammates. For a newcomer, I think it's very important because you have to learn a lot of new things, systems, processes, technologies. But here you have enough time to learn everything.
One word to describe my job, that's a tough one as so many words comes to my mind. The most accurate would be responsibility, because we owe so much responsibility to our customers that we need to act fast and the best way we can to solve their issues.
Fulfilling.
Exciting. Every day is a new challenge if you are open-minded and you are free to experience new areas. However, if you prefer stability and predictability, you can also find your way at SAP. For me, the balance between the stability and challenges are very important. In my current position, I can work in a trustful environment with a friendly team. In addition to my daily job, I can try out myself in different areas like a trainer or even like an architect in an internal project.
For me, the best thing about SAP is the people. I've made so many friendships which will last. Time just flies so fast when you're surrounded by colleagues who are this helpful, friendly, and cool. I'm not afraid to ask because I know that they will do their best to achieve more and more every day together as a team. No one is left behind. We have coffees, lunches, and walks together as a team. This is what makes this such an amazing community for me.
I strongly believe that learning is the key of the success, let it be technical or even soft skills. SAP provides nearly endless opportunities for learning, self-development in most areas. At SAP, it's really natural that you are working in an international team with customers around the globe. You can learn about other countries, people and habits, which makes you better. And is there anything more? Yes, I think that the friendly colleagues, they are always ready to have a short coffee break with you, just to provide some help, share experiences. Or even I can just talk about our office. Now we are in more buildings and all these buildings have its own parking slots, canteen, game rooms, invitation rooms, sport opportunities like a table tennis or our own gym. And all of these things are located in a beautiful green park next to the Danube.
Inspiring, motivating, and never boring. And what I would highlight is practicaler is the pursuit of work-life balance. Typical day at SAP. Short instruction manual, arrival by bike, lock it in the bike garage, take a shower in one of the changing rooms, then start to work. Check your mails, check your calendar, and the most important, the incoming incidents. Try to solve the incident so the customer problem as soon as possible. Swarm with colleagues, attend on meetings, chat with customers, talk with customers, and help them. Do the usually office stuffs and then try out some SAP specialties. Go to the gym for a yoga, spinning, or a CrossFit session, or run around in the Hajógyári Sziget. Don't forget to eat your lunch with your colleagues or drink a coffee or tea in the coffee corner or in the buffet. If you need just a short break, just play a short table football game or play with Lego. And don't forget go home in time.
As we work in shifts to provide 24/7 coverage, my day usually starts to take over everything from my colleagues. After that, it's me and our queue. I need to monitor the incoming alerts and service requests. These can vary based on the application itself, but the most common issues that we face are that the customer can't access their tenants or they need us to give access to new users. To fulfill these requests, we use SAP's cloud platform Cockpit, where we can almost check everything and execute every step that we need for these tasks. When my shift ends, I need to hand it over to the colleague coming after me.
I often start my day with a breakfast with some of my colleagues in the company kitchen or at my desk. After the breakfast, every second day we have a short Scrum meeting. After that, I used to answer my incoming emails and I complete some of my daily tasks, for example, checking my incidents and do some coding. At 11:30 around, I used to have a lunch with my teammates or even with my family at home. In the afternoon, I used to focus on my coding activities by implementing new features or just maintaining our products in a cooperation with our customers. When I'm delivering a training, my day looks really differently. In this case, my full day is dedicated to deliver the training personally, in our location or even abroad, or nowadays virtually as well.
In my team, most of the people arrive at 8 a.m. when we have a short breakfast, then go through what is to be done that day. We distribute the tasks equally. We are responsible for operational tasks like handling internal or customer tickets, service requests, and we are solving them, participating in weekly system patches or upgrades in every 3 months. We are responsible for all the European Union data protection flag systems and performing migrations, system copies, system refreshes on them. We sit closely next to each other so we can discuss work-related topics. If it's more complicated, then we book a meeting room not to disturb others. When someone wants to have lunch, usually he or she asks if anyone wants to join. We go together, then we have a short walk around the building. But we have PlayStation 4, football table, darts, and we like using them even after working hours.
It's very motivating that if I'm doing my regular job well, I have endless opportunities to learn, develop myself, and I can also try out myself in different areas. Let it be a trainer, an architect, a developer, project owner, and so on. But honestly, what I'm doing day by day, I'm supporting the biggest companies around the world to run their businesses better. Just think about your favorite car or food producer, fashion companies, governments, or even factories. There is a big chance that they are using SAP. And me as an SAP employee can make their life easier. We are delivering new features to speed up and simplify their processes or even automate repetitive tasks. And we also ensuring that our deployed solution works well. And if they identify any issues in the system, we are also responsible to solve them as soon as possible.
What I love most about my job is my team, my colleagues. Not everyone has the same job role in S4HANA, but all is related to each other. And I also love that we have knowledge transfer sessions, group chats, knowledge bases, so no one gets lost. There is something to learn every single day. There are always new challenges and new problems to solve, and you learn more and more week by week. It can never get boring.
The opportunities it gives me, such as this. But the best thing happened to me during my career at SAP, the people I get to know. For example, I get to know one of my best friends here.
I already referred a very dear friend of mine, and she's been here for 1 year. She always tells me this is the best place she has ever worked at. And honestly, I didn't have to exaggerate anything to her. I just told her what it's like to work at SAP, what's the office like, what our typical work day is like, and that SAP really cares about their employees, which is really rare. It's such a huge company, but they still manage to care about every individual's needs.
I'm the most proud of that I can be an ultra trail runner as an employee of SAP and wife and mother, and can manage to find a balance day by day between my personal, family life, working, and of course running. I'm an ultra trail runner. The longest distance I have completed so far was the Vadroja Trail, which is 160 kilometers long, 7,600 meter positive elevation gain, and it took me 32 hours, and I won it accidentally. I love to run far and climb high, and love mountains, and I'm in really love with woods. I think the beauteous noise of the silence of the woods. I'm passionate nature photographer too. Through my photos I like to show people the beauty of the nature. Last year I tried to complete the hardest Hungarian trail running challenge. It's called Occur. 150 kilometers long, more than 7,000 positive elevation, alone in the Bergeny. Time cut is 30 hours. But I ran well, but I fell down and the stone cut a tendon in my leg. I had to give up the challenge, and after a surgery and the recovery phase, I started again to train and was more determined and stronger than before, and I will go back there.
For me, this is the afternoon, after the lunchtime. Based on my experiences, this is the most creative part of my day, where I can just do some innovation and to turn my ideas into reality, which can be even a new functionality or a new training material. This is because of the motivating environment, including the employee benefit system. You always get feedbacks, and you can ask your direct manager or HR always if you need help in your personal development or in the daily work. As a trainer and training content owner, I dedicate a lot of time to create meaningful training materials and to deliver the trainings for young colleagues and even to experienced colleagues as well. I also participate in a local initiative called Digital Lab, where a small group of colleagues are working with the latest SAP technologies to make the life at the office easier. We are working on projects like smart reception, smart gym booking system, and we are always rely on the young, talented and fresh-minded colleagues. They help us to bring some new ideas and we provide them the knowledge of the SAP high-end technologies, which is the key for the future-proof knowledge. In addition to my daily work, personal development is really important for me. I'm always open to learn new things, follow the trends circulating in the IT world. SAP provides a lot of internal resources to learn, but we can also request access to several learning platforms outside of the company. Most of these opportunities are available for free, including the participation on conferences, which is a fantastic way to just expand our professional network. We also have an annual local development conference where we can just get some insights about the latest technologies and about the life of our local teams. Some years ago, our project's biggest customer, a huge food producer company, identified an issue in the system and they could not communicate product information to their retailers. This is a huge problem because without this data, retailers cannot sell these products. We received several incidents and we started to work on it immediately. In the meantime, we had to inform the representatives of the customer very often. One of our colleagues had to travel to the headquarters of the customer to help them on site, while we were working on this locally to have a solution. This is a stressful situation for everybody, but you can learn a lot, like problem solving, effective communication. In another project, we worked on a new feature requested by a customer. During the planning and the development phase, we were working together with our customer in a virtual environment, which includes daily syncs, weekly syncs and status reports, and of course, a lot of very interesting and challenging delivery phases. It's always good to see that something what you are working on is now used by hundreds or even thousands of users.
So, working in shift in our team is very flexible. We create our own plan. Wishes are always considered like preferred shift or needed absent days. When there are weekend activities such as patching, upgrade or migration, more people are needed to Saturday night shift. Though due to the extra amount of money that comes with it, it's very easy to find a volunteer. Even though I would have the option to work from 9 to 5 most days a month, I prefer the morning shift because it's very quiet from 6 to 9. Also, there is much less traffic and I have the whole afternoon for myself, so I can arrange stuff like going to the bank or to the post office which would be very hard to do otherwise. And so, to be honest, I'm not saying it's better, neither that it's worse. I'm just saying that it's flexible and easier to manage my personal life around it than it would be around a 9-to-5 job.
My team is responsible for 24/7 coverage. This means I work in 3 different shifts. Every shift has its ups and downs. In the beginning, I was worried how this will change my life. The best practice for me to keep my daily routine regardless which shift I'm in. In practice, this means I need to start my day when I wake up, regardless the time, so I can have breakfast in the afternoon. But one of the best things I experience during the shifts is the sun. The sun rising over Graphisoft Park is beautiful. One of the key factors for me is that I can develop myself professionally. The other one is the different people I can get to meet. That's why I became an early talent ambassador, as well to help people connect who just started their work at SAP. I believe SAP provides the best opportunities for work-life integration. And in my team, I feel encouraged to get the benefits from them. I can go to the gym in our office, take classes there, or I can go for a swim after work. Other than sport, I can go to the music room and have a jam session. There are many good events where we can enjoy ourselves, such as board game nights, outside cooking with the team, the summer after party. So I believe we have the best ways to get a little recreation after work.
SAP is not like a typical workplace where if you don't show up at exactly 8 in the morning, you will get in trouble. Here we are flexible. Everyone can have their own schedule and work in a way that's most effective for them. You're not just a name on a list. They know that you're a person and they absolutely support work-life balance. Like, if you have an urgent case and need to run out of the office for an hour, you can absolutely do that. Also, there are a lot of opportunities at SAP, like you can participate in trainings, development events, you can learn German, you can work out at the gym or at group classes, and there are team building offsites. Just so many things to mention here. Like, SAP really is the innovative and modern workplace you dream of. So, people at SAP are very open-minded, inspiring, and hardworking people. We take our jobs very seriously, though we are always ready for a good laugh or a joke. And we value diversity. So, if you're passionate about your job and you can easily fit into a youthful work environment, then you are more than welcome. SAP attracts this kind of people because this is not a place where you check your watch every 5 minutes waiting for the day to end. Here you blink twice and it's already lunchtime.
SAP is a huge company, but I always feel that I'm a member of this huge family, and I'm not just a worker. You, from Hungary, as a small part of this big ecosystem, you can just share ideas and you can also participate in international projects. And who knows, maybe it will change the life of our customers in the future. We have also very great corporate social responsibility events where we can just help to make our environment better. For example, last year I just instructed a course where young girls learned Python basics with the support of SAP employees. It was fantastic to see how open is the new generation for the technologies.
Dear participants, our virtual event is over. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've learned a lot and now you have a better understanding of what we do and how we do it. As final words, I also want to tell you what it means for me, in one word, to work at SAP. That one word is freedom. That means I can choose and decide from where I work, when I work, how I work and what I do in order to reach the goals that were set for me. And with that, I would like to say goodbye, wish you a wonderful summer, and please stay with us via our career site, our social media channels, and of course, stay safe and stay healthy.